you want to get a chair?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You get it.
I'll wait, everybody stares.
So cheers.
You wonder why I'm not.
Hey there. I hope you're doing just fine. I'm sure you are. I'm fine as well. He was fine. That's all he was, in fact. Nothing more, nothing less. Everything is just as you had left it. It rained heavily today though, and the entire road is clogged. But it's okay, the kids are forever sailing their paper boats. Like how we would always sit at our doorsteps and race our soggy little boats. Such fun. You remember, right? Of course you do. You always took the bigger ones from me, you bully. There was a slight drizzle, but he kept his window open. His car was speeding on the tar road that led to the town. The road was empty. Out of nowhere, a couple of bikes zoomed past the car. God, everything had changed so much. Just yesterday, I was walking towards the market at about 7 in the evening and I realized how dark it was. No one had turned on their lights, but when I looked up at the sky, it was bewitching. I'm serious. You would have never seen a darker sky. And the stars were looking so bright that in a few moments, the whole town looked like a twinkling sea of lights. It was amazing. Remember when we used to sit on your rooftop in the nights and stare at the sky and try to guess which ones were stars and which planets? It reminded me of that. If you had been there, we could have done that yesterday. It was 9 in the night. He put his head out of the window and looked up at the sky. It was a smoky grey with wires from electric poles crisscrossing above his head. The lights from the town reflected and had tinted the sky orange. But where in the world were all the stars? Where was that beautiful small town he had known earlier? Everything was different. And everything is so green. The rains were quite unexpected actually. Ashu was saying his dad is really worried that the mangoes would fall off beforehand and not ripen enough. I was thinking that if you had been here as well, we could all go and pick up the raw mangoes at least. Yum! Thinking about them makes my mouth water. I was telling Dad to buy a mango grove. Imagine if we do. We don't have to sneak around in others' farms anymore. He asked me to plant a tree for myself if I was so keen. Such a spoiled sport he is. My own mango tree in my own house? Oh, fantasy. Do you get mangoes where you live now? They were almost reaching the town. Small shopping complexes, apartments and offices lined the area surrounding it. Bright lights and people dotted the road. Such hustle and bustle for as long as the eye could see. A small town where he knew everyone, from the barber to the teacher, now had strange faces walking around. Right or left, sir? He was jolted out of his thoughts by his driver, who had been quiet until now. Go straight and turn right. It's the third house from there. Hopefully, he thought. Nothing seemed to be where it was anymore. Quite frankly, I miss you. Nothing is the same without you around, you know. I have others, of course, but no one's like you. Ashu thinks I'm silly. Sudha acts all grown up just because she's in college. Raju won't stop proposing to me. We were so similar, so comfortable, and perfect for each other. But you had to leave, I understand. And I'm happy for you. I really am. I hope you get what you want. You promised to write. This is my 4th rambling letter with no response. I think you must be settling down. But please come back soon. I know you said you'll come back in a year and it's just been 3 months. But it feels like it's been ages since you left. 12 years had passed since he had left, and it all looked so unfamiliar to him. The car stopped as per instructions, the third house after the right turn. In place of a small white house he remembered stood a large two-story building. A tall mango tree stood inside the compound. As he got out of the car and looked at the tree, he could see its branches moving up to the first floor. He smiled. Everything had changed. But whenever you decide to return, just remember that I will be waiting for you, right where I am, when you left. Waiting. Love, Avni. Just in time to try out its awesome new fruit, nothing like you've ever had before. His heart skipped a beat. He knew that chirpy, sweet voice. He turned his eyes towards the gate. There she stood, smiling, just as she had promised. She looked radiant, with her hair open and in a sari. Wow! Where was the cute pigtail girl he knew? When did she grow up into such a beautiful woman? And those eyes? He knew those eyes. Can't believe I left her behind and never even bothered to write back, he thought to himself. For Avni, whose name means the earth, he had meant the world. He looked at her, relieved, and smiled. Nothing had changed. As he lowered his gaze, he caught sight of another pair of eyes. Tiny eyes hiding behind Avni's front. Her small mouth teased into a small apprehensive smile. And those eyes? He knew those eyes. His heart sank and he smiled back. Nothing had changed, and yet everything